Hi everyone. Strong players win games because they know how to deliver checkmate, right? Wrong. Strong players win games because they know both how to deliver checkmate when the opportunity arises and they know how to defend against mate as well. Welcome chess masters. Let us start by doing defending against mate exercises. In this position, it is white to move. Black is threatening checkmate with a queen. Queen g2 checkmate. White can defend against mate by playing queen d5, x-raying the g2 square guarding the mate square. If black plays queen g2 check, white captures the checking piece, trading queens, and this is a winning position for white. Next, in this position, white is threatening mate on h7. Black can defend against mate by guarding the mate square, playing f takes g4. If white captures on h7 check, black can capture the checking piece, and this is a winning position for black. Next, in this position, white is attacking the black king check. To get out of check, black can capture the checking piece. But if black plays rook takes queen, white recaptures the rook, and then the only way to get out of check would be queen d8, blocking the checking piece, and white would recapture that queen, ending in checkmate. That's why, to defend against mate in this situation, black straightforward did block the attacking piece, playing queen d8. Now the rook captures the queen, and there is no longer a checkmate threat. If white plays rook b8, black can just capture the white rook, and this is a winning position for black. Next, in this position, white is threatening checkmate on h4 with a rook. To defend against mate, black can play rook d4, x-raying the mate square. If white captures the rook, black can recapture, and it is no longer checkmate. This may not be a winning position for black, but it is no longer a checkmate. Next, in this position, it is black to move. White is threatening checkmate on g7 with a queen. To defend against mate, in this situation, black could play queen e5, guarding the mate square. However, if black plays queen e5, white can capture on f7, check, and then capture the rook. It will be checkmate in a few moves. That's why in this particular position, black instead played knight e6, guarding the mate square. It is no longer checkmate. Next, in this position, it is white to move. Black is threatening checkmate on d1, queen d1 check. To get out of check, white will have to play rook e1, and then the black queen captures the rook, checkmate. So to defend against mate, white played rook e1. Now, if black decides to play queen d1, white can capture the black queen, and it is no longer checkmate. In this position, it is black to move. White is threatening checkmate into check, and then mate. To defend against mate, Black played knight f6, guarding the mate square. Next, in this position it is white to move. Black is threatening checkmate with a queen on h2. To defend against mate, white played f4, blocking the line of fire of the piece assisting with a checkmate. Next, in this position it is white to move. Black is threatening checkmate, playing rook takes on h2, mate. To defend against mate, white can play rook takes f3, capturing the piece assisting the checkmate. Black could recapture and it is no longer mate. Next, in this position it is white to move. Black is threatening checkmate with a queen on g2. To defend against mate, white can play queen takes b7, guarding the g2 square by x-ray. After recapturing the queen, it is no longer a checkmate threat, and this position is a winning position for white. Next, in this position it is white to move. Black is threatening checkmate in two squares. Queen f2 mate and or queen g1 mate. To defend against mate, bishop f3 doesn't work because black could still play queen g1 check and the king cannot escape because the black rook is controlling the escape square. That's why white in this position played knight h3, defending both possible mate squares, and it is no longer mate, and this is still a game that white can play. Next, in this position black is threatening checkmate on g2 with a queen. To defend against mate, white can play bishop f1, guarding the mate square, attacking the queen at the same time. It is no longer mate. Next, in this position, white is threatening bishop a6, check, and it is checkmate because this bishop is controlling the escape squares. To defend against mate, black can play knight b8, guarding the mate square. If white plays bishop a6, black will just recapture that bishop. It is no longer mate. Next exercise. In this position it is black to move. White is threatening checkmate on f7 with a knight. To defend against mate, black cannot capture the piece that's threatening mate, because the pawn is pinned by this bishop. That's why black played rook f8 instead, guarding the mate square. Next exercise. In this position it is black to move. White is threatening knight b3, checkmate. The king has no escape squares because this square is protected by this, guarded by this knight. This square is guarded by the bishop. These squares are guarded by the rook, and this square is guarded by the pawn. To defend against mate, black played bishop captures on f2, check, and then knight e4, double check with the rook and with the knight. That way black will capture the threatening piece. Next move, it is no longer checkmate. Next exercise. In this position it is white to move. Black is threatening bishop b4, check, and it is mate because there is no escape squares for the white king. To defend against mate, white played bishop b2, check, black king gets out of check, bishop c3. There is no longer a mate threat. Notice also bishop c3 was necessary to avoid or defend against the pawn promotion on e1. There is escape square for the king. However, if white does not play bishop c3, black could play bishop b4, check, and then promote the pawn. Next exercise. In this position it is white to move. Black is threatening mate bishop capturing on b2 with the bishop. The escape square is controlled by the bishop on f7. To defend against mate, white played rook f2, guarding or controlling the mate square. By defending or controlling the mate square, there is no longer a mate threat. Next exercise. In this position, it is black to move. Notice white is threatening mate on b7 as well as mate on a7, supported by the bishop or supported by the rook. There is a mate threat on two different squares. To defend against mate, black played queen h6, check. One of the ways to defend against a mate threat is by trading the piece threatening mate. In this position, black has that possibility of checking the white king at the same time attacking the white queen. If the white king gets out of check, black could trade queens, but in this position white played queen takes queen, bishop takes queen, and there is no longer a mate threat. What conclusions can we draw from these exercises? As you saw, defending against mate starts with careful attention and considering all your options carefully. Knowing how to defend against mate can help you save a draw in games where your king was under attack or in trouble. It can also help you win games where you have a winning position, but your opponent has counterplay against your king. If that counterplay ends or is unsuccessful, you can convert your winning position. Share the video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to order your Herbalife nutritional shake mix. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck on your next games. Take care.